Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Squadron TD playlist. As usual, today I will be playing Squadron TD, and today I'm bringing you the first of a 3x draft variation. In this variation, we get to draft from a pool of units which is typically randomly decreased down to some units, and we pick our own builders, each player. And it's pretty cool because it does not only give you more agency in terms of your own builders, albeit less randomness because it holds from round to round, but also it kind of says a lot about who you are as a player in terms of what kind of style and strategy you prefer for your units. For example, some players might go with a lot of spawn of dragons. Some player might go with the celestial spawning Theos. Other players might go with the MK Dreadnought and its amazing like hyper beam that comes from the top from its core. So yeah, all in all, just amazing stuff. And yeah. All right, getting a bit of lag here in terms of loading, so that's not great. I have really good PC and internet though, so I'm gonna hang in there, see how it goes. Just check something on my phone, I guess. So it looks like the patience is paying off here. Somebody may have quit. Sometimes that happens. If somebody quits, it throws off the load time. Yeah, you see here. That's right. Aaron Ever here has quit. So we go with random draft. So hostile draft teams eliminate. I've never played that, or full draft. I've never played that either. I've only ever played random draft. So that's what I mentioned about getting to pick like this. Okay, so let's immediately think about what our final unit is. Spawn of Dragon is a great choice. So is and Dreadnought. I am gonna go with a staple. I'll go with Spawn of Dragon. I want Swarm Hosts. You'll see why. That scales really well. Magnetosphere is good. My first tank could be a Netherlord, because I also want Rangers. And I'm trying to think. For this one, it's not so important, but the Spectre is pretty good. So that's pretty good unit. I don't have really great tanking. Now, in terms of, you'll see here, take a look at Volley Fire. Units gain plus 2% attack speed per second of sustained attack. Max 50%, loses minus 6% when taking damage. When you see just how powerful this is on the Swarm Host, you'll see why I picked this over the really strong Primal Feast or Winter's Grasp, Ethereal Cloaking, anything. So if we get this vision to come to fruition, if the game goes long enough, not that I'm like vying for that or something, but yeah, it's going well. So Netherlord can hold one wave. I will actually not gas at all, because I'll go ahead and go with looking to create a Ranger plus Melee for the second round. Or actually, a Magnetosphere is a really good choice as well. So probably Magnetosphere is a better choice. So um, I think I'll gas once, I guess. There's really actually no need to even create even one spawn of dragon or swarm host all the way until like around like round like 12 or like 10 after 10 because they it sounds good on paper, but actually the ranger these three units right here will be enough to beat the first 10 waves. So I'm very confident about that, and you'll see just how fast the ranger's attack is. Though I'm not sure it may necessarily benefit much from volley fire, but its range is so high that it will definitely reach the maximum attack speed. So here to be safe, I don't think the Netherlord will hold. So for that reason, just building a ranger here instead. Issue 2 rangers is fine. And you'll see here, you'll take a look at the weapon speed as it attacks. Do you see how it's decreasing? That's what's so amazing about this. So, yeah, this is going well. Alright, so with 1 Milia, take a look at how the Milia's weapon speed is going to scale. And this is exactly why, in combination with its precision ability, 33% chance to deal 200 damage, it is just so good. Look at its weapon speed scale. Just look at that weapon speed. Still decreasing. Still decreasing. There we go. All the way down to 0.54. Now it's going to get hit, so it's decreasing. You see that? So as it's getting hit, it's going down again. But it's just such a strong and powerful unit. So yeah. I need to be careful with the magnetosphere, honestly, because the issue at hand is that if you build a magnetosphere, you actually draw those units closer when they don't need to be. You know, because the two Milii are so powerful that they're better served just being left by themselves. Because what happens with the magnetosphere, these guys don't get their boost of weapon speed, and so I can't afford to jeopardize the talent of my top troops by, you know, you think that shield is necessarily going to help from the magnetosphere, but in this case it's not. You know, this time you got to let the Malii go, and that's really important because it's actually going to do more damage for you if you don't hold it back than if excuse me, you know. So that's really the one thing here I'm glad I see is that if I build this magnetosphere, it helps the Netherlord, but it hurts these three troops so much that it's not worth it. Because letting these guys go and letting them deal that big damage is actually what's going to be the winning formula for these first 10 waves. And as you'll see over time, it will allow me to gas up significantly just by virtue of how dominant those forces are. Yeah, so really cool stuff here. And the whole idea now is to fill out this back rank with Melia. Because they're just such a good unit. You see here, all of them gaining this attack speed bonus. They start shelling out some big damage. Which is just really powerful. You see here, it's giving me a confidence to gas up significantly. Because of how dominant those Melee are. And with the leak here, I may be able to get a full Melee on the next round as well, which is pretty cool. You see, my gas is really far out there right now, which is very good because I also have very low value, but I'm still holding the waves relatively well. So this has been a good build selection so far. And one thing I've been glad of is I haven't pushed for these heavier value units when they're not needed yet. You know, one thing that we may see is I may not even go with the spawn of dragon because what happens is how powerful the swarm hosts become with this ability. And if the game goes long enough, we'll see that. Excellent work. So you see here, I've got this melee. I've upgraded my supply again. And we are doing well. 4 melee. Doing very well. That is absolutely correct. I'm thinking about potentially getting another tank, but it just doesn't make sense. And that's what's so funny is how much damage these troops do if left undisturbed. They just become so powerful that there's no substitute for how dominant they are. So that's just the value of empowering your units correctly. You see the combination of the melee with their bonus volley fire plus 50% attack speed over time. Look at how strong that attack speed bonus is. It's just amazing. And it adds up round after round after round with all this bonus damage, all this extra fire, and it speaks for itself in the end. So things are going well. So you see here, I'm not sure how long the Netherlord will get as the tank, but I see the melee are doing so much damage, I believe it'll hold. It's going to be close though. No, this time it doesn't look like they held. That's tough. Because actually it looks like, oh no, it's good. Some of the guys did in fact hold, so that's really good. Another tank is a good choice. So is some other stuff. I'm not sure. But yeah. These 14 leaks won't be the end of the world. I should have got them. But yeah. Should be good. It should be fine. We'll take 2 more melee eyes for sure if we can. We didn't get this one, which is tough. We weren't too far off. We'll completely fill that back rank with rangers. And actually, I was thinking about building a magnetosphere in this position here if I can. Right here. Because with its 5 range, it will push up and be able to provide shielding for the majority of these units. You see here, it will eventually start to draw aggro, but because of its positioning, the main bulk of the melee will still get opportunity to fire for a long time. So we'll see just how much damage they're able to output and what, if any, modifications need to be made for this boss level, such that I can achieve success. You see here, I still leak 3 times, so I am getting an idea that a little bit more tanking on the front line is what my troops need. because of the fact that um, the Malii need a chance to volley fire correctly, and to put their damage all on one the boss one at a time, because that's what I believed would be the strength of this team, and so that's what we're gonna go ahead and take a look at here. First things first is to complete this line of Malii, and then I have a decision on to make in terms of how I want to structure this. My gut tells me another Netherlord isn't a bad idea, but my gut also tells me that another Malii isn't a bad idea. For that reason, I'm actually going to build a Netherlord. Because if I can get a little bit... Oh, I can't. Okay, so why don't I come over here and upgrade now? I couldn't get it done in time, so we'll see what happens. You see the big burst DPS of the Malii. That's what's going to hold this boss wave. Even as they start getting picked off, the ones in the back are still doing just enough damage. And that's going to get the job done. Well done, team. We were able to get it done. And for next wave, you'll see I'll go ahead and build a probably another Netherlord, because of the fact that I need a little bit more tanking. So I'm not going to gas up too aggressively or anything. Actually, I can build another Lord completely off the gas I have, so yeah. We should have enough here to burst them down one at a time like this. So that's the benefit we have here. Yeah, I'm going to build one more Netherlord because I want to secure some tanking. And, yeah. We're in a good position now, so, yeah. I'm actually going to sell this tower and, go ahead and build a magnetosphere. I had actually exactly the right amount. And this structure right here should be enough for now. The next wave, I don't want to build any more Malii or Netherlords. In fact, I would like to build Swarm Hosts and Spawn of Dragons from here on out. In particular, Swarm Hosts. The more Swarm Hosts you can build, they start to scale over time. They become super effective. So I still am out very far in terms of the gas, and so for that reason, I want to get Swarm Host for their tremendous tanking ability. The upgraded Swarm Host is just so good, and I mean so good, in terms of how much value it adds that it's in a class by itself when it comes to this game, so I'm going to have it well in the back, outputting units the whole game, and you will see every Swarm Host I get is of such tremendous value. That it just ends up speaking for itself, so. So here I should be able to get at least one Swarm Host. With 10 range, they can sit all the way in the back here. Yep, and I got one right here. So this Primal Host, you see, triggers every weapon speed 4, right? But with Volley Fire, it can go all the way down to 2. So you can imagine with a line of Swarm Hosts just how the Swarm Hosts scale round after round after round. And it becomes just so beautiful to see that. And yeah, I'm really excited to see that going forwards here. So it's getting close, but the Swarm Host still hasn't been touched. So look at it output the Locust. Look at this. Like it's amazing because it was getting so close there, right? But the Swarm Host in the end, because of the speed boost, they were able to output more tanking and get the job done. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And it was really close there, so I'm not going to gas up any more aggressively because I need another Swarm Host. And now we should really start to see some separation there. So that is really quite cool. And I'm very excited to get this done. Next round, it's going to be a bit of a gas round, so there's never really a good time to stop gassing. You see here, I stopped for a second and Trigger Knot has passed me. The one place I have started to excel though is my value. I'm very far ahead in the value, so with this swarm host, I should be in a good position. All right, good stuff. Let's take a look here. Yep, and we got one more swarm host. So now we're not in a good position. I actually may end up leaking here because the tank front line did not hold. So because of this, I'm starting to realize two things about how I want to structure this, which is that getting some dragons is a good idea. We have a lot of pressure in the back line. I'm not sure we'll hold. Triggernaut's done a lot of good work. Let's see if I can help with some improved targeting. Probably want to... GG. Yeah. So we did end up taking the loss there, but this was a fun 3x draft game. With that, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.